Hey, F&I managers out there, you want to thrive in 25? I'm going to share a tip with you that's going to make you riches in 2025. It all starts with asking the customer, do you have any questions about the options I just shared with you? Which option works best for you? Driving it to the money, okay? Because I'm going to share with you not how to get past the first no, not how to get past the second no, but I'm going to share a tip with you to get past the third, fourth, and fifth no, because those are the hardest ones. The first one's really easy. Because after every presentation, you should be asking your customer, do you have any questions about what I just shared with you? That's what I call the free no. It's a free no because it takes the knee-jerk reaction out of the equation. I mean, let's face it. You just did a wonderful presentation, real quick, precise, and you looked at the customer and say, you have any questions about what I just shared with you? The customer says, no. That's the first no. The second no, or it could be a yes. They may say, I'll take it all. After you say, do you have any questions about what I just shared with you? And they say no. You say, great. Which option works best for you? And they might say no. I'm going to share with you how to get past that no. You see, if you look at them and go, I get it. These options aren't for everybody. What I found is most customers, you don't see enough value to spend the extra money. Isn't that really how you feel? Well, now you got a yes. That's how I feel. Because I'll guarantee you, 99.9% of the customers, if you do it that way, once again, any questions about what I just shared with you? No. Which option works best for you? None. Okay, these options aren't for everybody. But what I found is most customers tell me the reason they didn't select any options is because they don't see enough value to spend the extra money. Isn't that how you feel? Yeah, I guess that's how I feel. Great. If money were an issue with you, which option would you select? They may say to you, well, you know what? I'm really not interested. I don't want to spend any more money. I never buy that stuff. I really take my chances. Or they may say to you, well, I may consider the service contract, I may consider GAP, I may consider the tire and wheel. And now you got a yes, okay? And then you show them what the payments would be on the item, the product they picked. And they may select that product if you follow that process, and they may not. And now you've got your third no. Now what? How are we going to get past that third no? Well, I'm going to share with you how to get past it. And it's called a transition. You have to give your customer a transition statement to get to the next part in closing. The transition statement can be nothing more than, I get it. These options aren't for everybody. What I found is that most people tell me they don't see enough value to spend the extra money. Isn't that how you feel? Yeah, I guess you could say that. But which two options would you select if money were an issue with you? I'm just curious. And they select a couple options. And you share the payments with them. They say, well, like I said before, I really don't want to spend the extra money. You know what, Mr. and Mrs. Jones? There may be another way of looking at it. That's the transition statement. There may be another way of looking at it because you found out that they're somewhat interested in a product. Okay, that's scenario number one. There's someone selected a product when you said, if money were an issue with you, which option would you select? Or which two options would you select? And they did. You showed it to them, just the payments. Another tip, when you show them the payments, show them dual payments. If they come in a 60-month payment, show them a 66 or a 72-month payment. Even if they come in at 84 months, show them a 72-month payment. I want you to think about that. Because if you back someone up to 72 months from 84 months, you just move them about 40, almost $50. Worst case scenario, they say, well, I'll take the products. Now that they agreed to the 72-month payment, which is $40 more, I'll go back to the 84-month payment with the product. I want you to think about that. Do a calculation. You'll see what I mean. Now, here's the deal. Let's get back to the customer. Pick something. What they just shared with you is they're somewhat interested in that was one or two products they selected. And you shared with them what the cost would be or the increase in payment. And they said no. But because they're somewhat interested and you look at them and say, there may be another way of looking at it. Do you mind if I share something with you? And then you get into it with either a brochure or an illustration or a prop. You draw them in closer and you make them realize that there's more to meets the eye with this product. Because after all, if you followed me in my training and coaching on these videos, I don't like to go through a whole dissertation on products. I just like to keep it simple. During a presentation, it pays for this and it pays for that. Vehicle service contract pays for mechanical electrical breakdowns for a certain period of time and miles. Tire and wheel pays for damage to tires and wheels when damaged by a road hazard. Key replacement pays to reprogram or replace the keys when they become inoperative, lost. The only thing that really protects the vehicle is the paint and fabric. The paint and fabric protects the vehicle against the elements. Then you have the paintless dent removal, which pays for a technician to come out and remove those minor dings and dents that some disrespectful person will put in your vehicle. So that's the presentation. Let's get back to getting past that third no. Because if you follow this process, you're going to get past the first no, no problem. Second no, no problem. The third no, transition statement. And the transition statements can come in various forms. They can come as visual. I often share with my F&I managers that I coach a digital picture frame where they put PDFs of technology. They put PDFs of articles in that picture frame, and they use that as a digital menu. They put the picture frame right in front of the customer, and that gives them insight as to why they should reconsider the decision not to enroll in the products that they initially chose. There may be another way of looking at it. Another transition statement may be something like this. What is it about the service contract that concerns you outside of the money? How much do you think it would cost to replace or repair those aluminum rims and tires? Or the cost to repair or reprogram a set of keys or a key fob? So those are the transition statements that you want to use. There may be another way of looking at it. What's your understanding of the cost of a tire and wheel? What's your understanding of the cost of keys? What's your understanding of your responsibility at lease end? What's your understanding of the factory warranty? What is it about this certain product that concerns you? They're going to open up to you because you were very direct, very precise, and very transparent with them. And you opened up a dialogue. They're willing to talk to you. That is the best way to get past the third no, especially if the customer originally selected the two options when you said, if money were an issue with you, which option would you select? Now let's talk about that customer who just refuses to buy anything. You have any questions about what I just shared with you? No. Which option works best for you? No, they never buy that stuff. All right, I get it. Most people tell me the reason that they didn't select an option is because of price. They didn't see enough value to spend the extra money. Isn't that really how you feel? No, I don't feel that way. I just don't like that stuff. I just don't buy that stuff. I'll just take my chances. All right, I get it. As I mentioned, these options aren't for everybody. But I am curious as to why you didn't select the vehicle service contract. Now you got to make a recommendation based on information that you gathered from them during your introduction or what they call interview. Hopefully you did that. Hopefully you gathered some information about their driving habits. Or perhaps the maintenance. I'm surprised you had no interest in the maintenance. You get 2 years of free maintenance, but you're going to keep the car. You got a 7-year loan. Or maybe you say to them on a 5 or 6 year loan or 7-year loan, do you want coverage for half the time you're paying for it or the whole time you're paying for it? Those are transition statements that are going to draw your customer back in. So when that customer refuses to buy anything, you got to pick something up from what you learned in your interview and transition into that by saying, what is it about these products that concern you? If it's not the money, what else is it? You got to get them to talk. That's the best advice I can give you. First no, the free no. Any questions about what I just shared with you? Nope. Which option works best for you? No, I'm really not interested. All right, I get it. The reason people tell me they're not interested is mainly because they really don't see enough value to spend the extra money. Isn't that really how you feel? Well, yeah, I guess so. I really don't want to spend the extra money when you put it that way. All right, well, if money weren't an issue with you, I'm just curious as to what two options you would select. What if it were free? Would you select an option then? Well, yeah, I'd select an option then. So it is true. You just don't see enough value. You see value in the products, but you don't see enough value to spend the extra money. After all, who doesn't want, if they're keeping the car for 5 years and doing 15,000 miles a year, a vehicle service contract? Who doesn't want tire and wheel, especially with the conditions of our road? If you live in the Northeast or you live up north, it's going to be pothole season, March, April, and May. I mean, that's when all the potholes are out. Who doesn't want key replacement? Everybody wants it. They just don't see enough value to spend the extra money. So you got to draw it to the money, and you got to use those transition statements that I shared with you. If you want to learn more about transition statements, you got to go to prodprep.com, take a test drive, because it's filled with transition statements. I can't name them all right now, okay? But I hope you jotted the few that I did down. Until next time, go get them.